Okay, I'm having a really unproductive day. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All I've been doing is editing and then amending things. I'm doing a job and it needs loads of amendments. So I've been doing loads of amendments all day and I haven't even got around to filming anything, and it's like 4:30. It's also very, very hot in here. It always is under the lights. But I have to put some makeup on because I just have to feel good. And I feel sticky and gross. So I'm just going to clean my face and then I'm going to put some makeup on and then everything will be fine. I'm hoping that you can't, well actually you won't be able to because I'm going to edit it out. The desk in front of me is absolutely ridiculously covered in stuff. Right, let's have a little clean. Okay, I had a facial this week and I'm having like a course of facials at the moment to kind of remove pigmentation, sun damage and things like that. So today my skin is so dry, I can't even tell you. It's kind of flaky and dry. So what I'm going to do is try to do a nice base over the top of dry flaky skin. So it might be useful. So let's start with a 50 SPF, which is probably mostly the reason, well, that and age, that I'm having to get rid of my pigmentation in the first place. Mostly skin. So mostly sun damage. This SPF is SPF 50 plus, Queen Screen, lightweight silk sunscreen. I actually really love that my foundation goes over this one so nicely. I've not come across a foundation that doesn't like this yet. This neck on this t-shirt is incredibly tight. It's really annoying. Do you mind if I'm just going to change the neck of this because it's making me irritable. I'm due on my period, so everything is annoying me. Okay, right, back to it. If the crop on this video seems weird, it's because I've taken my bra off as well. And I just don't want the video to be too low because this dress that I'm wearing may well be see-through. Okay, so I'm going to put on some of the Shiseido Synchro Skin Soft Blurring Primer. I really feel like I need this today. So let's smooth the texture out a bit, shall we? So the facial I'm having is a mix of ultrasound, plasma, laser, and something else. So it's not a luxurious facial, it's lots of machines that zap you, which is, so what happens afterwards is that, you know, you're not supposed to wear makeup for a few days, which I haven't, but your skin can break out and dry out a bit. So yeah, pretty amazing facials. But we're going to talk about that another day when I see some really, really visible results. If I see some really, really visible results, of course. Okay, next I'm going to pop some of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter on in 2. I tell you that just so you have reference. It's not really relevant what colour I use, but if you think that you're a similar colour to me, then okay. And that I'm working in with a brush. Sometimes I like Flawless Filter just on its own, you know. It's not much coverage, but it is really nice if you want to look like you haven't got, you just want to glow. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I have got that over that primer, which is pretty phenomenal. But if your skin is a little bit dull and dry, it can really fake that it's not, that one, which I like. I had so many things, I had so many plans for today, so many things that I needed to do, and it's just not happened. So what I needed to do was come on here and film so that I just don't feel like I've wasted the day doing horrible things, you know? I am going to use Monika Blunder cover, but I'm going to have to mix 2 because I think that all of the other shades are in my kit, so that's really unhelpful. And I'm not going to pull that apart looking for them. So I'm just going to mix 2 together. But normally I would wear about a 2 or a 2.5. That'll do. So I'm just going to put on a really rough coat very lightly. Then I'm going to spritz it and buff it. Just going to spritz it. Woo. And really, really buff it in so everything gets worked together. And then it really sort of gets into the skin and it doesn't look like it's sitting there in layers, you know. The spritz that I used today was Surratt because it was the closest one to me, but you can use Fix Plus, you can use any, you could use a setting spray if you want. The only thing I would say is that some set matte. If it says that it sets matte and you want a glowy finish, then obviously don't use that. But generally, all you need is something that is like a bit of a mist. It could be a moisturizing spritz. Just make sure that whatever one you pick is applicable for the finish that you want. Looks pretty good so far. Okay, this is new this week to me. This is the iconic London. Oh, do you know what? I haven't talked to you or showed you, which I absolutely love. Have I got it on the table here? No, it's on the floor, of course. The floordrobe of makeup. Has anyone tried this? It's so brilliant. The Hourglass Hydrating Skin Tint Veil. This has been the one that I've been wearing in my, you know, it's just been in my makeup bag. I love it so much, it's brilliant. Right, okay, back to the concealer. Iconic London, and they called this the Conceal, I can't read it, oh hang on. Radiant Concealer and Brightening Duo. It's got a brightener on one end. You know I'm always raving about the Beauty Pie Under Eye Genius. Well, this is a similar thing to that, but in a stick. And then this end, it has a concealer, which is really great. So I'm actually going to use, I'll pop the brightener under here. Just popping a bit of brightener on my brow, just to lift the area. And we'll pop a little bit through the middle here, because I'm not having Botox anymore. I always get quite red there because I'm a little bit of a frowner. So there's our brightener. And then we're going to do our concealer. Concealer, this end. Tiny bit. I would normally actually not put it on from the applicator, and I would take a brush like this and just take a bit, so that I don't overload the skin, because it has to go somewhere. So it just sits on the skin. And you can see that much less if you do it like that. And you don't need tons. You know, despite what you might see when people just sweep it under their eyes, that has to go somewhere. And it doesn't all come off on the brush. A lot of it just sits on your skin. So the smallest amount of concealer is better. And then you can always build up, but it's harder to take it away, you know. This is my very dry patch here. So hardly any, because the extra stuff is just going to stick. And just pushing that over rather than dragging it. Also, when you're working on little patches of skin that are potentially inflamed, or in my case dry, you want to push rather than drag the brush over the top, because if you drag it over the top, you're just going to lift any loose kind of skin, and encourage it to go flaky sooner, if you know what I mean. You can see I'm still flushing through this. It's not that, you see, it's not that heavy, this base. Well, it's not heavy at all. It's very thin layers. And then I'm just going to pop a bit on my burn scar. I'm hoping these facials are going to fade that. I'm just taking a little bit of the concealer along my lip line. I have some horrible habits, and they include picking my fingers and biting my lip and my tongue. And these are things that I've done for years that are unconscious in the moment that I'm doing it, but I am aware that I do it, if you know what I mean, obviously, because I have teeth marks in my tongue and a regular lip line and all my fingers are screwed. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a coping mechanism I picked up when I was a kid, and you know, it's just one of those things that now I just have to live with. It's so hard to stop. Oh, hello, grey hair. That's annoying, isn't it? I just bought some root touch up, actually. I just went to Boots and bought this. Does anyone else have that? It's just a patch of grey. So bizarre. One patch. Anyway, where was I? Right, let me just tidy my eyebrows up a bit, I think. I'm not going to make them too perfect, but a bit tidier than they are. I'm going to put some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze on. I actually did dye them yesterday. You know, like when you have a facial and they say, yeah, don't put anything on your skin for like 72 hours, and then you're like, brow dye, brow dye. That's got peroxide in it, that'll be fine, won't it? Yeah, well, this side is a little bit burnt. Right, under my eyes, I'm going to put some of the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. You know what, I've only just realised that I didn't put any concealer under my eyes, but I don't really look like I need concealer under my eyes particularly. I'll put a tiny bit on here, teeny weeny bit. I mean, mostly I use brightener under my eyes rather than concealer, if you don't need it. It's really more about brightening for me than coverage. So the less you can get away with, got a bit of cat hair on my lip or something. The less you can get away with, the better it's going to sit, you know? Right, back in. And then on my face, I'll use a little of the MAC Studio Fix Pro Set and Blur powder. More blurring. The more blurring, the better. A little of that. Sometimes you have to go back in after you've powdered and just recover blemishes. That's why a tiny brush is really important. Now, I really should have done my neck. I'm just going to quickly do that. Can't get away with not doing my neck anymore. Need to put a little bit of something on there. Otherwise it does not blend. You'll see what I mean. I really wanted to go to the jeweller's today. Ryan bought me, actually, have I got it here? Oh yeah, I have, right in front of me. I'll show you. So it was our anniversary a few weeks ago. And I have this lovely charm bracelet that I sort of add charms to as and when. You never see it because it makes too much noise to record in. And Ryan bought me this teeny weeny little handbag. Can you see that? It's a teeny weeny, oh, it's open. Right, so he bought me this teeny weeny little handbag that actually, hang on. Well, it does stay shut, but then the handbag opens and inside there's a little teeny weeny pair of boxer shorts, which is so cute because whenever we go away somewhere, I always have to take Rye's pants because that's all he ever takes, a toothbrush and a pair of pants. You know, toothbrush, socks, pants, that's it. This is NYX Ash Brown brow pen. My sister just had her microblading removed and redone. So I might do the same actually. It feels like time. It's been so long since I had my brows microbladed, but now it's so faded out that maybe I need to just get it completely removed. I mean, I would say long before COVID was when I had them done. Long before, maybe even a year before COVID. So they've lasted me really quite a long time. But now it might be time. Also, Nick and I just get FOMO if one of us does something and the other one doesn't. It's really, really so hot in here, so I hope you'll forgive me if my makeup starts to move around and I get super shiny because it's very hot. And also, as I said, I'm due on my period, so I get super, super hot then. So I can feel myself glowing quite a lot. So let's make this quick. Cheeks. This is Monika Blunder. Do you know what? I'm having a little bit of a love affair with Monika Blunder at the moment. You probably noticed. This colour is Rome. I only discovered it yesterday. I mean, I only discovered it in my stuff yesterday. I was looking for something to do a specific job, and I think I'll need a bit more than that. And I just thought, oh my God, this colour's amazing. And now I put too much on. You need hardly anything, don't you, of these cheek tints? It's all right. If we use a blender, it will blend it out. This is a cheek tint and the colour is called Rome. God, it's amazing. I love it. It's like rust. It's the sort of colour you'd look at and go, that's disgusting. Who would ever wear it? And actually, the second you put it on, because it looks like a sort of burnt orangey rust colour, you'd never think, well, I would never think of wearing this colour on my skin. Sorry about the state of my beauty blender. This is actually from me doing freckles. You know, you put freckles on and then you move them around with a beauty blender, but it destroys your sponge. So don't do that. So probably didn't need the flush, but look how pretty it is. Gorgeous. Monika Blunder is Space NK, guys, in case you're wondering. Now, lips wise, I do also have this Monika Blunder lip balm, but I think that might be pushing my luck too far with you guys to put that on. I'm not sure anyone would believe that this wasn't sponsored content, so I'm not going to put it on, which is annoying because I do want to put it on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bit of, I do like this colour. Hang on, let me try it and see. I bought this from Boots the other day and I really like this lip liner. It's KVD Everlasting and the colour is Bow and Arrow. I mean, you can wear it full opacity if you want to, but I don't really want to because everything else is so soft and fresh that even though I love a lip line, see, look, getting real shiny. Even though I love a lip line, I don't want it to look so full on, you know? I really like this makeup as it is. And I would wear it without mascara as it is. I really like it. I think it's really fresh. I'm putting the lip balm on. I'm putting the lip balm on because I like the colour. It's called Herbst. Herbst. Can you see? It's actually a very bright orange, but it's just a tint. So you can build it up. A tinted balm. I just put a little bit of mascara on. I didn't show you the mascara though because it's amazing but embargoed, so I daren't. Right, I'll pop a little bit more of the cheek on because I think I can manage it. Keeping it quite high up on the cheek. And that's it. Let's get close. I mean, my brows look crap, but it is hot in here. Nothing's gonna hold. But the skin looks pretty good, I think, considering it's not pretty good. If you really wanted to, you could put like some highlighter on, couldn't you, with this? Let's have a look, what have we got? This is one of the Chanel Balm Essentials. Golden Light, this one. Tiny bit, tiny, tiny bit. And a little bit more of the lip. You see, I like to build it up so that I can figure out where I can take more or less. There you go. Done. Done and done. I need to come back and do like a video of new things. Like I have these Ate Jewel blushes in, which is so nice to have a look at. And lots of bits, really, lots of bits and pieces. So that will probably be the next video I do, but I do like doing makeup. All right guys, that's it. Thank you so much. As always, if you have any questions about any of the products I've used or any of the colours or other colours in that line, then, or other suggestions, if any of these don't work for you and you want something similar that might, then don't forget to leave a comment below this and I will check it and get back to you. Thanks so much for watching and I will see you. And also, thanks so much for finding me here. If you came over from Instagram or wherever, it's really lovely to have you. And if you want to subscribe, that would be great. And if you don't, I also understand, who can really be asked. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have an excellent day. Take care. Bye-bye.